This is Basketball More Than a Game with coaches Goins and Quick. Former high school coach and player have teamed up again to share their knowledge of the game and life skills on and off the court. Brought to you by United States Basketball Association, the leader in youth basketball. USBAHoops.com. Now get ready to chop it up with coaches Goins and Quick.
All right, it's November 21st, and we hope that your day has been absolutely fantastic, and we're going to be bringing it as hard as we can tonight. I'm Coach Goins, along with the greatest co-host this side of any sports microphone, and that's Coach Mike Quick. And you know what, Coach? A tough week in sports, tough week on the in the Charlottesville area, but most importantly, we want to dedicate our show tonight to the three young football players that lost their lives tragically in the events this past week. Coach Quick, what's popping?
Hey, what's going on, Coach G? You want to know what's good with Coach Q? Well, Coach Q is so excited about our very special guest today. Man, I feel like I'm on the campus of Harrisonburg High School in Harrisonburg, Virginia. And we're going to be chopping it up with a rising star in football. So after this short break, Coach G and I are going to come right back, and we're going to be kicking it with a rising star. So make sure those sneakers are laced up tight.
You're listening to Coaches G and Q chopping it up.
Hey, this is Coach Quick, and we're back in, ladies and gentlemen. We have a dynamic guest this week, but I'm not going to let the cat out the bag. I'm going to kick it over to Coach G to introduce our very special guest.
Well, you know what, Coach Quick, man, I feel funny on this side of the mic because you usually bringing this in. But you know what? It gives us an honor and privilege to have this rising star from Harrisonburg, Virginia, and starring at Harrisonburg High School, the Blue Streak. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we welcome Victor Bullard II. Welcome, VJ.
Coach Goins, Coach Quick, I just want to thank y'all for having me on the show. It's been an honor. It's an honor to be up here with y'all. Just can't wait to get into some great conversation, and I'm gonna keep working so I become that rising star y'all talking about.
Well, you know what? We certainly. How about that, Coach Quick, man? I think you know what? If you better call somebody and tell them who we got on today, because I know one thing: Coach Quick is locked and loaded. I know VJ is locked and loaded. Actually, folks, I had an opportunity to go up Friday night and spend some time and watch VJ work out and put his whole body of work in and off the field. Again, that's just a couple days away from his football season ending. So, without further ado, I'm gonna kick it over to the hottest co-host, Coach Quick. What you got?
Yes, sir. VJ, my first question for you tonight is: football is your game. How did that passion come about and the process of falling in love with the game?
Yes, sir. Football's been my game for a long time. I started playing the sport when I was 5 years old, and I guess the process started kicking in when I went to offense, defense. You know, I've always loved football. I played with the Spartans, always had that running back and stuff. But just when I went to offense, defense, it's just like I realized that there was players better than me all across the country. I had people wanting to do the same thing, and it was just over here like, all right. And Dad always mentioned, and my uncle, he was always talking about you have to fall in love with the process of being great. And I realized I was good, but I understand I had to get better. And just like growing up throughout the years, I realized how much hard work you got to put in. And that's how I like getting the passion for it, because I'm hungry for more.
Absolutely. And your work ethic is speaking for itself. As Coach G said, I watched the workout on Friday night, and man, they keep grinding, young sir, because you're putting in that work. I've seen some of your workouts on Twitter. Keep grinding, man. Keep putting in the sweat. And when you walk in the room, own it. Be like, hey, I'm the best football player in this position right now, and nobody here is going to be better than me. So keep grinding.
Yes, sir. Speaking on that, it's just like, I like how you mentioned confidence, because from experience, confidence can really make or break a player, honestly, because you have to have the confidence in order to be able to play your type of ball. Sometimes coaches and stuff will tell you listen to the coaches, but sometimes you have to act on your own instinct. You got to be confident that you're that guy, you're that player. Don't let anybody belittle you or make you feel like you're not. You got to play with confidence.
Absolutely. Coach D, kicking it over to you.
Well, you're exactly right, BJ and Coach Quick, man. Confidence, and that's like me, Coach Quick. When I was thinking I could win the Heisman Trophy one day when I was a kid, and I thought I could play in the NBA, and it all didn't work out. But I knew one thing: I was confident that we could talk about the game that we love so much. So here's where I want to go, VJ. You talked about the offense, defense. That's a camp that you've been attending ever since you've been a young tyke. So tell our listening audience some of the venues that you played in when you've been representing in the offense defensive bowls.
Oh yeah, man! I played in Daytona Beach. I played in Atlanta, Georgia. I played in some great stadiums, but the best one that I've ever played in was for the National Offense Defense Bowl, and that was in my favorite team, the Cowboys, AT&T Stadium, man. It's a different type of atmosphere. I played in SoFi in California, but it all just comes back to that AT&T. Just a great atmosphere.
Well, Coach Quick, I thought we had a special guest on today. He's a Cowboys fan. He talking about that AT&T stadium, but that's all right though. We just chopping it up. We just chopping it up a little bit with VJ. But what a great body of work. And again, hats off to your parents. For being number one, supporting, and you guys have been traveling all over the country, putting that work in. But to be able to play in some of the venues that you played, and to be able to see that on Sunday and be able to go, I've ran the ball on that field. I've been in that stadium. What a huge milestone. So, Coach Quick, I'm going to kick it to you.
Yes, sir. My next question, hard work in the classroom and on the field of competition, how do you ensure your focus in the classroom doesn't slip?
Got to have a plan, because when you're talking about being a student athlete, that student's got to come first, because if you don't have the grades, you ain't going to be able to play. So something for me, what I like to do, because I know sometimes I can get a little bit disorganized, is that I like to make a plan or have like a note that reminds me, and that's what my mom taught me to do, because I'm in this program called Bullard Scholars, and I'm taking college classes, and I'm still trying to be putting in the work and do great on the field. But what matters is you got to come in the classroom, have a set schedule, and once you get in the routine, it becomes normal. Just like as soon as you get home, don't pick up that phone, just go straight to the homework, and then you can relax after you get everything done. Always got to put in a little bit of that studying time too, because the more you get older, the tests become harder, and it's not just like basic, simple stuff anymore. That's how it works for me.
You know what, Coach G? This young man gets it. Not only is he putting in the sweat on the football field, he putting in the sweat in the classroom. That's what I'm talking about. Number one, because, hey, you got to have those grades, because football could be taken away in the blink of an eye. And so this young man's working hard in the classroom, and I appreciate that.
Well, you know what, Coach Quick and VJ, man, think about it, man. So here's where I want to go with this. So I don't care what you do on the field, when those recruiters come and ring the doorbell, you may not be open the door. You can't even crack the door if your grades ain't right. You may look through the peephole, but you can't open the door if your grades aren't right. So you know what? And huge, VJ, I appreciate you going there, talk about those cell phones. Don't even get on the cell phone. A lot of young kids, I guess they trying to lower gas price, help out the Ukraine in the war with Russia on these phones. Bottom line is the phone is a tool. The phone is not it's not a device. It doesn't keep us living. It is only a tool. But I appreciate VJ with his sense of urgency to realize that, you know what, you can't let that phone dictate what you got to get done in the classroom as well what you're trying to do on the field. So, VJ, I tell you what, let me go here. So, in that, let me ask you, when you're in the locker room getting ready for your pregame, what is your ritual? Do you put your pants on first? Do you put your socks on? Walk us through your pregame ritual when you're getting dressed.
All right, so when I'm getting dressed, I'll probably take off my clothes that I have on first. We're going to get that straight. So I'll be in underwear like compressions. But then I'm going to go straight to the socks, put my socks. And then I'll put this one other little thing on it that scrunches the socks. Because, man, got to try to have that drip. But then after you have that, you're going to put on this padded shirt. And the padded shirt, it's like an Under Armour white. Silk, feels good on me. And after that's it, you're going to put on your pants. And after you put on your pants, you want to, before that, you have to make sure your belt and everything's in. It's just like, we're going to assume the pants are all straight and stuff after you get that. But then after all you have that on, you don't want to put your pads and stuff on before you put your cleats on. because then it just makes it 10 times harder. So after you have all that on, you're going to put your cleats on, and then at that moment, it's just like, that's pregame ritual type clothes. You don't got to have your pads and stuff on everything yet. So then I'll just, like, put my headphones in, I'll lock in, I'll read the Bible some, and then once it's time to go, you put on them pads, you put the jersey on the pads for me, and then you just put that helmet on, and it's time to go.
All right, man. You heard that, Coach Quick, man. That's that pregame. Boy, I tell you what, Coach Quick, man, I remember when you used to be in the locker room getting suited up and ready to go. Did that take you back any, Coach Quick?
It absolutely takes me back. And the thing is, two things that stuck out with me with what he said. The first thing was he reads the Bible. Okay. Number two, drip. Hey, I don't blame you, BJ. It's okay to look good while you're playing football as well. Yes, sir. So I like that. But my follow-up to that is, what's playing in the headphones? What's getting you motivated to go out there and run that ball down somebody's throat?
Man, when I'm thinking of stuff, I listen to the gospel music a lot. I just listen to stuff that's coming from the Lord. Sometimes I'll listen to Kirk Franklin, and just like, sometimes I listen to Nelly, like the Champion. You know, it can be like a lot of people. Then I put on that Rocky music, anything, just like, but my favorite one is probably one of the songs from Creed. It's a song from Creed. Ooh. It's called Last Breath. Last Breath by Future. It's my favorite song just because it's like everybody, you feel like people down you and you got to prove something that's just firing up inside you to get out there and show everybody that they're wrong. That's my song.
Wow.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, how about that? So you know what we're going to do, gentlemen? We're going to step away here from our sponsors, but this segment was brought to you by United States Basketball Association. So visit their website, usbahoops.com. Our very special guest via telephone from Harrisonburg, Virginia, is rising football star VJ Bullard, and we'll be right back. The United States Basketball Association, the USBA, was founded in 2005. The USBA has been a leader in grassroots basketball tournaments and camps for boys and girls of all ages across the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. It is our goal to develop young people and equip them with skills that will help them advance both on and off the court. Visit their website at usbahoops.com. Their email is info@usbahoops.com or by telephone at 704-649-6812. All basketball, all the time. And thank you for playing USBA.
Looking for something fun but different to do? Join a group of friends, family, or co-workers to destroy electronics, break some glass, or even throw some axes. At the Havoc House located downtown Waynesboro, Virginia, visit their website at havochouseva.com and book your appointment today.
There's a lot of reasons why people trust Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage. They have a diverse lineup of loan programs. So whether you're looking to buy a home, refinance, or tackle college expenses with your equity, you can put Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage in the game for you. Call 540-290-0558 or go online to alcova.com/C Montgomery.
Looking for a smarter way to shop for your insurance for you and your families? Look no farther. There is help. With several different companies and plans to choose from, whether it's life insurance or Medicare supplemental plans, finding the right plan has never been easier. Licensed with multiple companies and able to shop various rates, plans to help find the best plan for you and your budget. Independent insurance broker Curtis Jackson is the one to call for help. Call Curtis now at 919-614-5796 for a no-cost consultation. Are you behind with your spring cleaning? Allow True Sparkle Cleaners to clean your worries away. A veteran-owned business who serves Fayetteville and surrounding areas, call Ashley at Sparkle Cleaners today for your free estimate. 910-781-8488, and we will clean your worries away.
You're listening to Basketball More Than Game with Coach Goins and Coach Quick.
This is Coach Goins along with Coach Quick and our very special guest via telephone from the great city of Harrisonburg, Virginia. Somebody says, man, why is that city ring a bell? Coach Quick, you know there's another famous athlete from Harrisonburg, Virginia. You might have heard of him.
Yes, sir. I actually posted him up on the show and dunked on him.
Ralph said,
Ralph Sampson.
and I remember he said you better wake up, man. You better wake up. So yeah, we want to go ahead and get into this segment. It is brought to you by our great friend Mr. Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage. So when you're ready to get in the game, contact Chris at 540-290-0558. Coach Quick, I see you ready. I see you standing in the back of the end zone, so I'm gonna toss one over to you.
Yes, sir. I'm catching this touchdown pass and knocking it down. But I want to go back in the classroom for a second, VJ. What is your favorite subject and why?
Man, my favorite subject's got to be, I'm thinking back on it, my favorite subject is math. Favorite subject is math, and why it's math is because honestly, it's a basic answer. I like dealing with numbers and everything. I really like statistics more so because Z-score and like learning about the percentages, and you can figure out the percentages of stuff like stocks and everything. I just really enjoy it. And I found that I excel in that specific area in school. I can help students with it, and it's just over here like I really enjoy it.
Yes, sir. You know what, Coach D? He's already preparing for his future when he said, hey, he liked dealing with numbers because one day he's going to be dealing with some mighty big numbers.
Watch out, counting up that cheddar. Right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You got to be able to count up that cheddar, and you better watch that other guy to make sure he ain't counting one and then saying mine is one and giving you one, and he's slipping two in his pocket. So we appreciate that, VJ. So here's the thing, man. So take us on your daily routine. You get up, get ready. So how do you prepare for that class test when you know you got a big time? Well, you know what, you talked about math, so we're gonna put you on the spot with that math question. How is that preparation for that math test?
So the preparation for the math test all starts throughout the week. You're doing the problems that the teacher's giving you. You're going through all the review, but then you get the day before the test. Usually the day before the test, you got a test review and everything. You do that. You get a good grade on it. You can do it as many times as you feel comfortable with it. So usually I'll do that until I understand it and I feel confident. So after that, you going home and everything. You got to do what you got to do before you have to do all your work. Sometimes you be going to practice. Sometimes you'll lift in. It's just all what time I get home. Then I get there, and, if it's the night before, I'll get all my other work done. And then lastly, I'm focusing on that for at least a good 30 minutes, knowing what I have to go over, reading the vocab, because the vocab in math is more important than what people think. Because if you don't understand what the question is telling you, you ain't going to get it right. Sometimes I'll even go back and do extra problems, and then come the next day, waking up, and still reviewing out throughout all my other classes, and then it's test time. And we're going to get an A on the test.
You know what? Man, I tell you what, you know what, Coach Quick, man, think about what he said. How you going to get it right? If you ain't going to get it right in the classroom, how the man going to tell you to run 57 jet sweep, and you don't know if that means to the left side of the formation or the right side of the formation? So it's a combination to making sure that we are dialed in, understanding the process. So I appreciate that. Coach Quick, man, I'm going to kick it to you.
Yes, sir. BJ, you have participated in several productions, such as The Jungle Book. What did you enjoy about that production and why?
Well, that was, we taking it way back.
Way back. Let's go back.
Shoot, but looking at the story, I'm in elementary school. I love music. I still love music to this day. But back then, I was just I had the time and everything. It wasn't just everything. So I always tried out for the school play, starting off in 4th grade. I did Annie. I was Lieutenant Ward. I was a policeman, didn't get too much time other orchestra and stuff like that. But then going into 5th grade, I told myself, I want to actually, if I'm going to be doing a school play, I want to be a star with it. Because you always want to be the best you can be. And then they brought out The Jungle Book, and Mowgli, I'm just I'm the same skin complexion, same look as him. I could pull it off. And then going in there, showing my little thing, dancing, singing, and then bam, I become Mowgli. And then it's just the plays are hit. We did it for the school. We did it 3 times, actually, because we did it extra because the people were liking it so much. And it's just like, when I look back at the funniest moments from that, is just how much care you didn't have with people saying everything. It's just like, you just had no care in the world. I'm looking back at it now, my confidence probably was at its peak back then, man. I just loved the musical. I just loved the atmosphere of it, honestly.
Well, you know what? Hey, here's why I want to go with that, Coach Quick. I was at that play.
Sir.
I was at that play. You know what? One of my favorite moments is when I think it was the Crows, right? They were like VJ, he was mogling, he's doing his thing, and some of his co-stars, they were Crows, and they come walk across the stage, and they were flapping. You had to be there. And it's hard for me to describe, but you had to be there. I started laughing, and I was like blown away, and it was one of those aha moments where I couldn't recover from. You start laughing in a place where you're really not supposed to be laughing, and I don't know. It just got
them vultures.
It just them vultures. That's okay. I said Crows, but the vultures, man, I was absolutely just blown away. But it was a great production. Good job, and I appreciate your body work and appreciate you allowing us to go back in a little bit of time. So, you know what? I know we talking football, but here's where I want to go. You had an opportunity to do something one time when you were in Dallas, and I think you went by the Dallas Mavericks basketball facility. Tell our listening audience, what was it like to be behind the scenes in the NBA locker room?
Man, when I tell you, everything is just so much bigger, because you gotta realize them dudes are like 7'4", so the locker rooms, I'm going from locker room to school, it doesn't even compare. Sometimes the locker rooms in college doesn't even compare to what I saw, and just that, the blue lights fading down, I got to see trophies, and just the locker room, I got to see Luka. Now that was my favorite one, because if y'all see him in the NBA right now, just cooking, doing unreal stuff, step back threes, fadeaways, but then not only with the locker room, when we go back and look at it, the Dallas Mavericks court, the basketball court, is really it's a hockey arena too. It's just everything's just so versatile in the arena of what I saw.
You know what? A lot of people don't get that exposure. But I know VJ was in Dallas and had the opportunity to go by and spend some time with Darrell Armstrong, a good friend of the show, and DA was able to let him get down. And then also VJ took a picture with the NBA Six-Man Award that Darrell won, and we stopped by his house to be able to do that. So, again, Coach Quick, man, he's on the field. He's in NBA locker rooms. He's hobnobbing with NBA assistant coaches. What we going to do with this guy, Coach?
Hey, man, you know what? It's great opportunities for him because, one day he's going to be there himself. So, he's getting that exposure, and it's giving him goals and dreams and expectations to look forward to. That's what I love about it.
Yes, sir.
It's just
Go ahead, VJ.
It's like a blessing from God when I look at it, because I look at some of the other kids and everything. Everybody says, you're spoiled and everything. And I'm just over here. You know what? I may be, but I'm going to take advantage of every opportunity I'm given to go experience all these things, because some people will never experience it in their life, and it's just really a gift from God.
Amen.
You know what? Well said. Well said. Coach Quick, I know you got one locked and loaded.
Yes, sir. VJ, talk to our listening audience about the benefits of hard training.
It's probably going to be my favorite question of the whole time, to be honest with you, because the hard work and training, you get so many benefits from it. You could become more mobile, you could become more flexible, you could become more strong. But in general, anytime you're putting in hard work, it's giving you an advantage of the person beside you. Think about that. You have everybody working, so the more hard work you're putting in, it's keeping you up with them, or it's going to put you ahead. If you don't do nothing, it's just everybody's going to progress. They're going to progress and keep going, and you're just progressing. You're getting behind the pack. But you want to be the lion. You want to be the alpha. And it's just the benefits from it, it's just for me personally, it just makes me feel like a different breed. Because when I'm coming back and just looking at it, sometimes I like seeing the performances in my body. I like seeing myself become better, It's just seeing from where you started to see where you're going to. It's just you love it. It makes you want to keep working harder. So the benefits are just amazing.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, and could you show an old man about the effects of hard work and training? Yes, sir. And who we have on is none other than VJ Bullard. And as we close out our game plan segment, it's brought to you by Chris Montgomery of Alcova Mortgage. When it's time to get in the game, call Chris at 540-290-0558. And stay tuned. We'll be right back.
There's a lot of reasons why people trust Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage. They have a diverse lineup of loan programs. So whether you're looking to buy a home, refinance, or tackle college expenses with your equity, you can put Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage in the game for you. Call 540-290-0558 or go online to alcova.com/C Montgomery.
Looking for something fun but different to do? Join a group of friends, family, or co-workers to destroy electronics, break some glass, or even throw some axes. At the Havoc House located downtown Waynesboro, Virginia, visit their website at havochouseva.com and book your appointment today. Looking for a smarter way to shop for your insurance for you and your families? Look no further. There is help. With several different companies and plans to choose from, whether it's life insurance or Medicare supplemental plans, finding the right plan has never been easier. Licensed with multiple companies and able to shop various rates, plans to help find the best plan for you and your budget. Independent insurance broker Curtis Jackson is the one to call for help. Call Curtis now at 919-614-5796 for a no-cost consultation. Are you behind with your spring cleaning? Allow True Sparkle Cleaners to clean your worries away. A veteran-owned business who serves Fayetteville and surrounding areas, call Ashley at Sparkle Cleaners today for your free estimate. 910-781-8488, and we will clean your worries away.
The United States Basketball Association, the USBA, was founded in 2005. The USBA has been a leader in grassroots basketball tournaments and camps for boys and girls of all ages across the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. It is our goal to develop young people and equip them with skills that will help them advance both on and off the court. Visit their website at usbahoops.com. Their email is info@usbahoops.com or by telephone at 704-649-6812. All basketball, all the time. And thank you for playing USBA. You're listening to Basketball More in the Game with Coach Goins and Coach Quick. All right, this is Coach Goins along with Coach Quick. And via telephone, our very special guest from Harrisonburg, Virginia. None other than VJ Bullard. VJ, man, I want to talk something out to you. I'm put something on your radar. I'm going to give you a homework assignment even before we even get out of the show. But before I do, I got to give a shout out to our sponsor as we move into the timeout segment, and that is brought to you by the Havoc House of Waynesboro, Virginia. So make your appointment and come in swinging. So, VJ, your homework assignment is going to be listening to a segment from the head basketball coach at Duke University, not Coach K, it's Kara Lawson. And basically what she's talking about is how to handle hard better. And the folks that listened to us last week, we had what we call Motivational Monday. We had that on, and she really, and I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but I want you to go listen to that, then we can talk about that later on. When our paths cross, but it's called Handle Hard Better. Because a lot of times...
You know what's crazy about that?
Go ahead, sir.
I've already seen it, man.
All right.
Our coach gave this to us this year.
All right, see that? Handle hard better. So, Coach Quick, man, we casting the bread out on the water. It ain't coming back in vain. So, you know what? That's a huge deal, and that's what it's about. Like a lot of times, people go through life and they just want it. Well, it's gonna get easy over here, and when I get over here, it's gonna be easy. No, it ain't gonna get easy. It ain't gonna. It's the grind. And when people don't understand the grind and want to embrace the grind, and they end up on the easy bus, and then the easy bus is going to be taking you straight over to the boulevard called Going No Place. So, Coach Quick, I know you locked and loaded. I'm going to kick it to you.
Yes, sir. DJ, with the invitations over the years to attend the OD camps, what has been the greatest learning lessons?
Well, I'm going to keep back in on what I said earlier, I guess. Just like when you're from a small town and everything, because I was originally from Fishersville, Virginia. When you're from a small town, you got some good ball players and everything, but you realize when you go to those camps, there's just so much more. You realize how much hard work you have to put in because there's hundreds of thousands, millions of kids across the United States who want that same thing as you. They want that D1 scholarship. They just want a chance to play college football. And just the more you realize, it's just like you got people better than you out there. And that's what I had to realize. I was thinking, man, I'm the man. Then come out to the invitation, go out to the bowl games, go out to the camps. You get busted in your mouth. It's just like, hey, maybe he's better. But then that's a wake-up call. Like over the camps, it really woke me up to realize I got to put in more work if I want to get to where I want to be. That's what helped me realize. That's the biggest thing.
That's what I'm talking about. See, you learning lessons right then and there, and it's keeping your competitive edge and your drive going.
Yes, sir. Always got to be competitive because there's always somebody trying to work harder than you.
Absolutely. You're exactly right about that. Coach G, hey, I see you standing over there at the goal line, so I'm going to hand this toss sweep off to you.
Well, you know what? I wasn't like you. I never got a chance to run the ball, right? I ain't never scored no 2-point conversion like you did when you were with the Bulldogs back in the day. The only thing I could only do, I never got a chance to run the ball. I was always the blocker, and I really didn't like offense. I was a defensive guy, but that's okay. That's all right. So here's where I want to go, VJ. As you were talking about that, the challenges and getting out and facing, a lot of people don't understand that, when you're being recruited and you go in and you sign that scholarship, and they go, man, yeah, welcome to the team. And then that coach, that same coach that just brought you in that school, next year, he's going out and he's trying to find somebody better than you were, right? And so in that, and as you talked about it, you really capped it off really, really eloquently when you were talking about that hard work, right? And here's what we want to challenge all the young listeners. Because if you end up accomplishing your dream and you get that scholarship, understand that, guess what? Understand it doesn't stop right there, right? That's when you got to do what? When it gets harder, you got to work smarter. You got to work even that. You got to go to the next level because that coach is out on the grind trying to find your replacement, and you got to go hard. So I'm going to throw this stat out. 80 guys that was in the NBA last year are not in the league this year just because, you know what? Other talent came in. So, VJ, here's where I want to go. So you've played in the OD Bowls, and I know you're on the grind this summer. So what's coming? Where are your plans, or where you want to do this summer as it relates to some camps? Have you thought about that? Some of the things that you got lined up upcoming.
Well, this summer, man, when I'm looking at it, I'm going to do what I did last summer because I see it worked for me really well. But I'm going to take it to a whole nother level with my training regiment. This summer I'm going to be going to camps, college camps like UNC. I'll probably attend there, NC State, all the local ones like UVA, JMU. But then other than just the college camps, I'm going to be training with my man who we talked to on the live last night, Coach Spence. And he's helped me get my hip mobility, my flexibility, and just all around, he's helped me get stronger and faster. And if anybody's around here in the area, around Harrisonburg, around Bridgewater, Turner Ashby, I need y'all to go check him out, and I promise you he is not disappointing. But this whole summer it's just going to be we in the lab.
In the lab. I get that, man. I enjoy, Coach Quick, I learned something last night, man. If somebody would have shown me how to run the 40-yard, if I would have had that, segment that VJ had last night on how to run that 40, they might have let me run the ball. Instead of just standing up, running, and be able to do that proper alignment, and that first step was critical. So I'll kick it to you, Coach.
Yes, sir. VJ, you attended camps at Notre Dame, North Carolina, and Pitt. Talk to us about those experiences.
When I take away all of them, it's just like, dang, they got some nice facilities. I'll tell y'all that much, man. You got some nice facilities. You had a lot of people everywhere you want to go. But my favorite experience, when I'm looking at both the two, is when you got to walk out to Notre Dame. So first thing you get in there, everybody's there, but you have to go through like all the measurements and everything because they want to see your hand size, they want to see how tall you are, how much you weigh. But like before you do that, they let you walk out on the field and they let you walk on the sign that talks about walk and play like a champion. I got to touch that sign, man. It was just so subtle. It was so changing. I mean, because you know who I felt like? Some people may not know this movie, man, but I felt like Rudy.
I got you.
That one small football player, and he just proved everybody wrong. And it's just like, man, I was feeling like him. I was like, I'm about to come out here today. I'm about to perform the best I can, because that's all you can do the best of your ability. And then just with the UNC camp, I got to meet Coach Mac Brown. It's just over here. It was great.
Man, how about that? I know that was a great experience for you, being at Notre Dame, UNC, and Pitt, and to beat the legendary Mac Brown. That had to be an honor for you.
Sure.
All right, Coach G, I'm gonna kick it over to you.
Why would I not be surprised that you enjoyed him meeting Coach Mac Brown? You being all from, you ain't say nothing about them Pitt Panthers or nothing like that. And I had to actually, Coach Quick, I had the honor and privilege of going with VJ when he went to Pitt.
Let me chew in on that before we leave that.
Go ahead, sir.
I didn't hear him say Pitt, man. Pitt honestly had to be up there too, because it was great. Because not only after my camp, but luckily my uncle Lamont is very close friends, like he's family. That's his family, Coach Jeff Cable. So what I got to do after me seeing all the nice facilities they already had, because you got to realize Pitt is the same, like with the Steelers. And so I got to see all like the Wall of Fame and everything. It was great. And then I got to go in and see the basketball facility too. We got to watch some people play. I got to see the locker room, and I got to meet these two twins. They were giants.
Yes.
Very tall, like 7'2".
Yeah, the guys, the brand new, they're freshmen. They're freshman brothers, Coach Quick. One's 7 foot, the other 6'11". The Diaz brothers, they're from Spain. So it was too funny. So we met one in the hallway, and then we left, and we were getting the tour, and we go in the locker room, and one comes out of the bathroom, and they was like, wait a minute. And I didn't tell them they were twins. And they was like, wait a minute, how'd he get in the hallway, and how'd he get in that bathroom so fast? And they was like, no, they're twins. And VJ's dad was like, wait a minute. He said, how'd he get over here so quick? I was like, no, they're twins. And that's what, because he was like, there's no way he got from the hallway and coming out of the bathroom as quick as we got around. But no, it was a great trip, great experience. But that's what it's all about. You know what? And I can't thank VJ enough for, for they laying it down and getting us where we need to be. And what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping this up, but we're not going to let VJ get off that quick, that easy. But we want to, again, thank our segment sponsor, and that's the Havoc House of Waynesboro, Virginia. Contact them at 540-447-1362 and come in swinging. And you know what? We are having on our very special guest, VJ Bullard from Harrisonburg, Virginia, Harrisonburg High School, rising football star, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Looking for something fun but different to do? Join a group of friends, family, or co-workers to destroy electronics, break some glass, or even throw some axes. At the Havoc House located downtown Waynesboro, Virginia, visit their website at havochouseva.com and book your appointment today. Are you behind with your spring cleaning? Allow True Sparkle Cleaners to clean your worries away. A veteran-owned business who serves Fayetteville and surrounding areas, call Ashley at Sparkle Cleaners today for your free estimate. 910-781-8488, and we will clean your worries away. Looking for a smarter way to shop for your insurance for you and your families? Look no farther. There is help. With several different companies and plans to choose from, whether it's life insurance or Medicare supplemental plans, finding the right plan has never been easier. Licensed with multiple companies and able to shop various rates, plans to help find the best plan for you and your budget. Independent insurance broker Curtis Jackson is the one to call for help. Call Curtis now at 919-614-5796 for a no-cost consultation.
There's a lot of reasons why people trust Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage. They have a diverse lineup of loan programs. So whether you're looking to buy a home, refinance, or tackle college expenses with your equity, you can put Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage in the game for you. Call 540-290-0558 or go online to alcova.com/C Montgomery. The United States Basketball Association, the USBA, was founded in 2005. The USBA has been a leader in grassroots basketball tournaments and camps for boys and girls of all ages across the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. It is our goal to develop young people and equip them with skills that will help them advance both on and off the court. Visit their website at usbahoops.com. Their email is info@usbahoops.com or by telephone at 704-649-6812. All basketball, all the time. And thank you for playing USBA. All right, we're back in, and as we get into our Real Talk segment, and you know, Coach Wick, I'll tell you every single week, this is my favorite segment because we just talk about the real stuff. So, but before we do, we want to thank our sponsor, and that's USBA, and make sure you check out their website at usbahoops.com. Coach Wick, I'm going to kick it over to you for that closing question for VJ.
Yes, sir. VJ, our last question for today. Academic excellence comes about when the classroom is the priority. A milestone was achieved. Will you talk to our listening audience about that?
Well, with academic excellence, in the classroom, you always want to put the schoolwork first and everything, and that should be your first priority because, like we said earlier, you're not going to get where you want to go without having those requirements. I've been to camps and stuff, and some schools will tell you that their academic requirement is a 3.0 GPA. It's just over here, like, you turn around, you see some of the guys, they were just like, dang, it's just over here, just like, you need to get focused from the jump because those really can affect what you're having on through junior and your senior year because it's all 4 years. It's a whole grind throughout the whole thing, and it may be hard throughout some of it, but you got to stick with it. You have to achieve for excellence. Like, get out there, push yourself a little bit. A milestone for me is I got accepted into the National Honor Society, and that's really big for me because when I was thinking, I was just like, yeah, I'm good at school and everything, right? But just with that, it's just like that's a big achievement, especially in the college society and the college community because it means you're doing community service. You're at least having like a 3.75 GPA. You're having all these no referrals, and that's the main thing. That's a big thing that I take personally, having my 4.1 GPA, trying to get all A's every single time and just push for excellence. Strive for excellence in the classroom. I'm going to keep saying that. And when we're talking about a milestone coming from last week on the football field, I just got announced second team all district. Sir.
Wow, man, congratulations on your achievements. Get inducted into the National Honor Society. And repeat that again about the milestone in football.
I got announced second team all district, man, and I'm so thankful for it, and I'm so happy for it. But with that being said, it's a milestone and everything, but it starts off slow. But I'm coming for first next year, and I'm coming for all the Russian stuff I can get. I'm coming to be the best player in the district. That's what I'm coming for. That's not me being cocky or anything. That's just me. I got goals that I got to meet, and I know I can be better than what I was this year.
Absolutely. And that I just wanted our listening audience to make sure they heard that again. Man, absolutely. Kudos to you, man, on all your achievements. You're checking all the boxes, especially in the classroom, and now you're checking it all on the field as well. And like you said, you got to have those goals and ambitions. So, yes, sir, go get that best player in the district next year. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Continue to believe in yourself.
Yes, sir, and I'm going to let you speak, Coach.
No, I'm sorry. But in that, I just want to thank you for taking the time out on this Monday evening. We know that you 1,000 things are going on, and, you got schoolwork and everything else pressing. But we can't thank you enough for taking time out, jumping on with these two older guys, and just as we chop it up, and we wish you continued success on the field, off the field, everything that you put your heart and hand to do, that we just wish a thousandfold blessing upon you. Great body of work. You're a fine young man. Appreciate everything the insight that you brought academically and sharing some of your experience and motivating some of the young people. So with that, we certainly appreciate the time and the talent. So as we get ready to switch over, and we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be coming back in our Real Talk segment. This is Coach Goins along with Coach Mike Quick and our very special guest, Mr. VJ Bullard from Harrisonburg, Virginia, and Harrisonburg Blue Streak. So don't forget that name, because you will be hearing it quite often. And we'll be right back. The United States Basketball Association, the USBA, was founded in 2005. The USBA has been a leader in grassroots basketball tournaments and camps for boys and girls of all ages across the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. It is our goal to develop young people and equip them with skills that will help them advance both on and off the court. Visit their website at usbahoops.com. Their email is info@usbahoops.com or by telephone at 704-649-6812. All basketball, all the time. There's a lot of reasons why people trust Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage. They have a diverse lineup of loan programs. So whether you're looking to buy a home, refinance, or tackle college expenses with your equity, you can put Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage in the game for you. Call 540-290-0558 or go online to alcova.com/C Montgomery.
Looking for something fun but different to do? Join a group of friends, family, or co-workers to destroy electronics, break some glass, or even throw some axes. At the Havoc House located downtown Waynesboro, Virginia, visit their website at havochouseva.com and book your appointment.
You're listening to Basketball More in the Game with Coach Goins and Coach Quick. All right, we're back in. Coach Quick, man, what a trip. You know, that VJ Bullard, man, that's a sharp kid, man. What do you think?
Absolutely, man. Outstanding body work, classy kid. He has a bright future ahead of him.
You know what? And we certainly appreciate his time. But you know what, Coach, as we get into real talk, and everybody knows this is my favorite segment. We going here today, so you better make sure everybody, you buckle up, because Coach Quick and I are going to be bringing it. Coach is going to kick us off first from some events that happened at a high school football game. Coach, you got the mic.
Well, you know what, Coach G, man, I'm just baffled this week. There was a shooting that took place at Lumberton Senior High School in North Carolina during the middle school football championship between St. Paul's Middle School and Lumberton Junior High. A 41-year-old woman was shot. And, man, just to see those kids running out of that stadium, and a lot of them falling to the ground to take cover. Man, it was very frightening for me to see that. And, there's no place in society for this. There's no place in sports, especially where there's kids at. You're opening a firearm at a place where there's kids playing at a middle school football game. Man, just tragic. And something has to be done. It's time that society stops and take the onus and do something about this. Gun violence has to stop. I mean, Coach G, I'm on my soapbox. I just don't know what else to say.
You know what? I tell you what, man, it is like, what do you do? It's a tragedy. It's got to be some ownership. When you think about that, I mean, this ain't the wild, wild west. I mean, people are struggling now to go to an event, sporting event, watch a junior high football game, and all that breaks out. I know when you brought that up, I remember early in the week I was reading, and I was actually, I followed Tim Worley, his post, and he's originally from Lumberton, and some people may recognize that name. He was a outstanding running back for the University of Georgia and also for the Steelers as well as the Chicago Bears. But Tim had posted on some of his podcasts and was just talking about, actually he was at that game, Coach Quick. And he,
Wow.
he went into some detail about that. But yeah, and it's a sad state of affairs. It's the sign of the time. And that's just, we just got to be careful as citizens. We just got to be, you got to look good till you're going. And as it says in the scripture, you got to watch as well as pray. And you just got to make sure that you are in a good spot and you got everything rocking and rolling, and keep your head on the swivel. Because if it don't look right and it don't smell right, it is probably a recipe for disaster. So I appreciate you bringing that up. You ain't on your soapbox because you know what? You up there and I'm getting ready to get up there too. And what we want to do is we want to touch base real quick. You know, we're dedicating the show to the three young men, and not just went to, of course, because they lost their lives, but the other two shooting victims that got shot on the bus on the UVA campus. But look at the families that are affected. Not only just the people that lost their lives, the victims that got shot, and we're praying for their recovery, but also for the young man that did the shooting, his family. His parents are, they're doing what they're doing on that day, and all of a sudden their phone rings and finds out on the back end of that phone call the tragedy that their son had caused. So you look at, there's 6 families. Coach, there's 6 families that are grieving for different reasons, but also our heart goes out to all 6 families, not just the victim, but to the family of the person that shot these students. What a tragedy. And again, Mr. Davis, Mr. Chandler, and also Mr. Perry. Mr. Perry wore jersey number 41. Chandler wore jersey number 15, and Mr. Davis wore jersey number 1. Coach, if you don't mind, I've got a little bit of sound bite. If you don't mind, I want to play from Coach Elliott, and as he was talking about these 3 young men that tragically lost their lives last Sunday on the campus of the University of Virginia. So here's Coach Elliott's word.
Lavelle, I've known Lavelle for a long time. Yeah, I recruited him starting his freshman year, and just to see him grow, but big smile, lights up the room, and most people would say because he's the tallest guy in the room, but just his presence. He's got a gentleness about him, but he's passionate about what he believes in. And so a lot of the stories today were just about just the silly basketball arguments that they would have in debates in the locker room, and everybody knew that they could get Lavelle to kind of hunker down just by saying one thing. But the other thing that resonated is just how good of a teammate he was, and how much he loved his teammates and would do anything for his teammates. And Deshaun, I don't think many people outside of our program understand how special Deshaun was. Very, very, very artistic. Could draw, could shape pots with clay. Loved music. Very, very cultured and well-rounded. Just a great teammate. And he had a sense of humor that was one of a kind that only Deshaun could have. And you knew immediately when somebody said something, yeah, that was Deshaun. And then you talk about Devin, man. Devin was he's what you wanted in a young person that's at this level, but he just was a big kid. Smiled all the time, loved to dance, loved to sing, loved to compete, even though the guys revealed that he wasn't very good in video games, but he thought he was. But he loved to compete, and just the thing I remember about him is he always brought a smile to my face, because he just was happy with where he was, comfortable in his skin, and just had a very bubbly personality.
On behalf of the entire staff of the GQ Coaches Show, our prayers and thoughts are with the University of Virginia football team, also the Charlottesville community, and most importantly, all the families affected by this tragedy. Just, Godspeed through it all. Coach Quick, you know what? We're going to transition, man. Let's get it. It is Monday night. We got to talk about that. Man, you are absolutely smoking me up in this whole football. Congratulations on that great win with your Commanders, knocking off the Eagles. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't know. I might even have to stop eating chicken after the way the Eagles let me down, the Falcons let me down. I might have to start eating duck. So let's go ahead and get into the Monday night matchup. What you got?
Yes, sir. You know where I'm going, Coach G. I'm taking those 49ers and Debo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, and crew. I'm taking them over the Arizona Cardinals on Monday night.
You taking it? Are you okay? Now I'm saying you talking about them out. Are you okay? I'm the one trailing. So in that, what I'm gonna ride with them Cardinals, right? I got to, because I got to close. You know what? I'm gonna go down swinging. or it's going to look like I've been on the episode of the Titanic, because right now I am absolutely stinking it up as it relates to these picks. So I got to go with those Cardinals for that. But you know what? We got a lot of games to talk about, because this is coming up. You know what? It's Thanksgiving this week. I hope everybody's turkey is going to be nice and basted, cranberry sauce. You know, and let me ask you this, Coach Quick. What's your favorite spice? What do you like to eat on Thanksgiving?
Well, number one, first and foremost, is that cornbread dressing. And I tell you what, my grandma used to cook it like no other. And man, when she cooked it, it's just like it melted in your mouth. She did something. It had some special ingredients in it that just gave you what you need. So that, and of course, turkey, and definitely give me some chicken and pastry.
Watch out now, watch out. We ain't Thanksgiving yet, but a lot of people sitting around, when they hearing that, they're going to make sure to get them pots rattling. So we got Thursday's game. So let's talk about that one. The first one we got the Bills and the Lions, and that's going to be a 12:30 Thanksgiving kickoff. So who you taking in that one?
Without a doubt, I'm going with the Buffalo Bills, and they need this win. They're not playing very well right now, so I'm taking them over the Detroit Lions.
Well, you know what? I'm going to have to stick with you. I'm going to have to roll with those Bills, man. And you know what? We hope everybody in Buffalo's dealing with that snow, because that game is moved to Detroit just due to the weather. So, you know what? Our thoughts and prayers to everyone in Buffalo dealing with that severe snowstorm. So what about them New York Giants and one of your arch enemy teams, the Dallas Cowboys? They're playing at 4:30. Your thoughts?
Well, you know what, Coach G, I'm going to go. There's typically always at least one game on Thanksgiving Day that you don't expect the team to win. So, therefore, I'm going to take the Giants over the Cowboys in this game. A lot of people probably wouldn't expect the Giants to knock them off, but I'm going with the Giants over the Cowboys.
Well, you know what? I'm going to have to go against you, because I got to try to make up some ground, because the season is winding down. So I'm going to have to even though my heart is not rolling with this, but I can't bet with my heart. I got to go and try to get this dub up on you. So I'm going to roll with the Cowboys. And then the nightcap on Thanksgiving Day. The nightcap is the New England Patriots versus the Minnesota Vikings. Your take?
Hey, I'm going with the North leading division, Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins and crew, they have an absolute star at wide receiver in Jefferson. Man, so there's no way I'm taking the Patriots over the Vikings this week.
You know what? I'm going to have to roll with the Vikings, man. What a great catch. I know it's a couple weeks. Man, what was that not a great catch?
Outstanding. Might be the greatest catch I've ever seen.
You know what? And that was fourth down, man. And the dude went up and got it. You know, and that's the thing, man. When you're great players make great plays in great times of ball games. That's when, you know what, a great player can't be like Sports Illustrated. And you're like, Coach G, where you going with that? Sports Illustrated comes out once a week.
Absolutely.
Right? When you the man, you got to be there. You just can't show up every now and then or when it's convenient for you. When you're supposed to be there, you got to be there, because if not, you're going to cause problems. So hats off. Great catch. Just tremendous body of work. And in order to go on down and beat Buffalo, like you said, they're not playing well. But you know what? It is going to be a fantastic week of football. So listen, Coach, I want to take time out and wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. May your turkey, may your dressing, may your chicken and pastries all be seasoned like no other. We've got so much to be thankful for. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for everybody that I come in contact with. But, Coach, you know what? I'm thankful that I sit across the mic from you each and every week in order to bring you this show. Your thoughts?
Yes. Hey, absolutely, Coach G. I'm thankful that I'm able to sit across from you and bring this show to our listening audience as well. I'm thankful for my family, but first and foremost, I'm thankful for the most is that God gives us this opportunity another day just to get it right. So I'm thankful for his blessings, his grace and mercy. That's the main thing. But, man, what a blessing it is to sit across the mic and chop it up with you on the GQ Coaches Show.
You know, without a doubt. All right, Coach, you know where to go and you know where to get us.
For Coach Goins, our very special guest, the Harrisonburg Blue Streaks rising star, Mr. VJ Bullard. And for Coach Quick, we'll see you in the locker room.
You've been listening to Basketball More Than a Game with Coach Goins and Coach Quick. Our podcast is available on podbean.com.